That was really good by him. John's gotten a lot better at that matchup because over the past couple since we played, I kind of owned him. But he definitely figured out how to play neutral more, which is the one thing as Kazuya that struggles in that matchup. And disadvantage, obviously, but that's in every matchup, honestly.
I think also the big thing that he's going to need to do is figure out how to play around you better in those up-close boxing scenarios because Galleon should be dominating those as Kazuya, but you are breaking his ankles over and over and over up close.
Yeah,
he felt so comfortable in those situations.
I've played that matchup so much with Jaden, and I've outed you a lot when I used to be really bad at it. So I kind of know all the patterns Kazuya. Like Kazuya up close options are really good, but he's not like a Fox or like a Mii brawler that can consistently mix it up. If he's electrics you, he kind of has to electric you or grab you or like jab you or whatever in the same spot over and over. So it's kind of recognizing when that would happen. It helped a lot for me at least because close quarters for me used to be like a death sentence. Like I die every time, but then I got better.
Are you bringing my boy back?
Looks like we're getting into loser semis here.
Actually, swap me out.
So thanks for stopping by, Avery. Best of luck in grand finals. So we're gonna start. We're last Milwaukee standing versus the last Madison standing. We got one rep from each section of the state to end this summit, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, and starting off, Eric with the Mario immediately, and we're gonna have Palutena getting all of the easy combos, but Eric gonna have something to say about it. Getting back to the stage after taking quite a bit of damage and going down in this game.
I feel like Eric does not have a surefire pick into CRB. Mario, you have to be get your damage in these situations, but you have to really have your parry timings on point to contend with Palutena's aerials, and Junior's really not going to be able to do anything in this matchup. So I'm curious to see what Eric, what he does to continue to adapt as he has throughout the weekend to try to answer this this tough matchup.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be tough, but good stuff from Eric to hold on to this stock for as long as he has. Going down pretty early in the game, but continuing to bring it back closer and closer. And now in a position to take a lead early, going off stage, threatening those back airs, but CRB smarter than that, getting back to the stage and managing, landing with that nair, but that is going to lose easily to that up smash.
The longer the stock goes, the more likely it is that Eric's going to find that smash attack that he needs to take the lead, and you see it there where he catches the landing with that up smash. And now we get to see the classic Eric defense where if he gets that first stock, he's going to keep it for a while, and he's going to take your second stock as well, Mochi. Wow.
There's nothing hotter. I mean, there's arguments to be made, but to me, that is one of the hottest things in Smash is that double up air to the forward air. But that back throw looking pretty nice itself for CRB to bring the stock closer, but still one apiece, one away. Get that grab. Conversion? Nah, threatening though. Would have been nice.
CRB trying to stymie this momentum from Eric. Just getting up damage here and there. I'm so used to seeing CRB get those big party starts with the nairs early in the stocks, but Eric positioning continues to be so strong as it has throughout the weekend. So far, just only piecemeal damage for CRB, and he's starting to fall behind here as far as percent's concerned.
And gets back to the stage with that roll. Eric does really good with his rolls. I'm starting to notice that more and more as this game goes on. But getting caught with that grab, CRB, get that back air, 100% still, but that beefy up B gonna continue to push CRB away. Not afraid though, gets the grab into the up air. Gonna go for another one? No, great air dodge from Eric. Nair though, gonna keep that pressure up for CRB.
Getting back to stage once again is Eric, but he gets that Nair. Gets the back air, doesn't quite find the finishing blow. CRB gonna find his way back, but these ending scenarios have been so awkward for CRB so far. Goes for the counter, but Eric just taking his time, making it back, resetting, but that explosive flame will finally seal the stock for CRB.
And now CRB has an opportunity to do one of those patented incredible 60% combos to bring this a little closer, but no, sir, says Eric. He's wearing a hat just like his boy Mario and taking it with that up smash. Swinging that hat around, easy.
Again, Eric has really been the, I don't want to say breakout star this weekend because Eric's, top 4 on the PR, but it feels like he's hit a second gear this weekend where into that upper echelon of Wisconsin Smash where you think of like Candle, Galleon, CRB, it feels like he's finally there along with like D-Money. It's been so impressive.
And his demeanor is a little misleading because he is he's a very chill person, very nonchalant, but he still does care so much. He has the drive to get better, to win, and we're seeing that happen in this summit. And going, ooh, huge! Like he's got the cojones to throw that out in loser semis. He's already up a game. You're already with the lead, and you're going for this stuff.
Farewell.
Yep. That's why.
If you ever want to feel momentum just evaporate a little bit, it's dying at 34% to a down air from Palu. Just very surprising, especially how Eric's been so hard to get stocks off him throughout the weekend. But that may be just exactly what CRB needs to turn the tides in this set as he continues to stack on damage, just tacking on percent after percent. But Eric needs to find his way out of the corner, and that up smash is actually going to cause him to be back on the ledge once again.
Yeah, he has been doing so well of keeping games even, as we've seen time and time again, but CRB is doing nothing but widening the gap between those two. Another missed tech not punished from Eric, but a great air dodge and a missed grab. Little bit of flubbing on both sides in the early stages of this game too, but Eric, just not quick enough to pull the trigger. Caden, Rohan, CRB not taking this lightly and unable. Ooh, he's close. He's unable to get the second stock though.
Feels like he's using Eric's patience against him, where CRB is so comfortable taking his time to find the right opening. As I say that, he gets impatient with that dash attack. He's going to get up smash for his effort, but that's not until he has nearly 150% on Eric on his second stock. But that is nice rage for Mario, and this is a lot of percent, but that down air is not going to find its mark. Could have potentially been the stock with all that rage.
One of these times, a down air is going to hit, and Eric is going to get a kill at an egregious percent. It may not be 61, but these down tilts are as egregious as they come. Almost getting 3 in a row to punish Eric off stage. Down air! Setting straight off the top. Didn't even spike him into the ground. That just killed.
Never seen that before in my life. That's the utility that Palutena down air has makes you wonder how it wasn't used all the time early in the game.
Straight up. Yeah, I don't know why more people didn't realize that. When out of shield options are at a premium in this game, Palutena's down air is an awesome one.
They were like, why do anything else when I could be nairing? But as the game's gone on, that down air becomes more and more pivotal in her toolkit. But as CRB can use some of these other arrows, down air, finally gonna let it rip, but it's gonna be at the midst of Eric. And Eric just needs to get one more big up smash here to get this to a last stock situation. CRB can just hold on for a little bit longer here.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit more damage, maybe 1 or 2 more nairs so those up airs start to be a little more threatening. Still pretty fresh is that up air, but that back air, ooh, is super fresh. Got to use all of the length on that jump just to get met with a back air and evening this set up.
And I was talking about this before where Mario has a good recovery, but is very exploitable, especially if he does not have jump left in his resources. It doesn't go that far, and especially as Palutena that has one of the best back airs in the game with the invincibility on it, you can just immediately block that super jump punch back to the stage. So clinical edge guard in there coming out from CRB to even up this set.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eric kind of maybe playing a little bit too big for his britches in that second game because he threw himself off stage and threw his first stock away, and that kind of just snowballed a little bit. Didn't get as massive as an avalanche snowball would, but still losing that second game, bringing us to Hollow Bastion for the third.
And the benefit of Hollow for Eric is going to be having that middle platform to rack up a lot of up airs, but it's also going to put more focus on CRB's ledge trapping. One of the best ledge trappers in Wisconsin, maybe the best one, as you see there. He loves to let those smash attacks rip when you're getting a little bit too comfortable on the ledge, but letting a footstool rip there, and Eric going to lose another early stock.
Dude, that's what you got to do, and that's what CRB has been capitalizing on, is taking Eric's stocks, which you said are very difficult to take, and taking them early, and so forcing Eric to make these comebacks. And in the midst of one, missing the tech, waiting for the get-up attack, Eric knows and is waiting for this ledge option, kind of giving it away for free.
Backing his way back into center, but gonna knock CRB off again. But this is what that middle platform is for, Mochi. Getting that down here, taking a stock at 100. So Eric stopping the bleeding there, And just one more grab is going to probably even things back up here.
Damn near. I mean, 20%, that's nothing in this game. And especially when you have characters like Mario and Palutena. Not going to rip the up air, but the Nair instead throwing off stage. Ooh, okay, Flood brings this a little bit closer. These single stray hits from Eric are so threatening. I do not know how he got out of that forward air, but these up airs you're not getting out of. There's 5, another up air for Eric. Missing with that F smash. I love the idea. Look where your brain's at, but you got to connect those moves if you're really going to swing them. That back air is not going to take a stock, but 100% now onto CRB. 83, not too far behind for Eric.
Completely mitigating that lead that CRB had after that early footstool stock. CRB still in this, finally has his own ledge trap scenario. Gonna use that lingering down tilt, but Eric, he continues to just sneak his way through in these disadvantage states with those air dodges.
Yeah, you can't help but think that that might have been a little bit of snapback on that grab. CRB definitely had it. Gets that one there, and that back throw is gonna secure a lead for CRB. Running away to that ledge, making sure that those back airs are not going to lead to anything nefarious for Mario. The Nair, maybe just a little poke, but it puts CRB on the ledge, and he's still getting sharked down with these aerials going coast to coast. Try to teleport? Nah, you don't get anywhere else to go. Put that bottom blast zone as Eric brings this to 1 stock apiece in game 3.
No jump, nowhere left to go for CRB. There means Eric's going to bring this back once again. But CRB, as this set goes on, seems like he's been finding more consistency with getting this early damage than Eric is. Seems to have found the rhythm for how Eric wants to conduct his offense, and CRB continues to slowly but surely pile on this damage.
Getting the hang of how Eric is navigating around that middle platform, but back-to-back parries force Eric, but then just getting grabbed anyway. Not threatened by the parries at all. And now threatening off stage. This down tilt, that back air, still missing, but that one's going to connect and give CRB the corner pressure he needs. Eric is also going coast to coast with these ledges and has not found any stable footing.
It seems like Eric has... That's exactly what I was going to ask for, is sharking under CRB is what he needs, but it's not quite going to be the stock. He needs to find more of those versus trying to air-to-air CRB up front, because those backers are always going to win. He needs to find more of those sharking opportunities, but it's going to have to wait until game 4 because CRB has taken yet another game.
Yup, and that back air, just when you hate to see it, Eric is going to get it straight to the schnoz, escorting Mario likely to the plastic surgeons, but us to a game 4.
I think of, have you seen the latest trailer for the Mario movie, for the next movie? Chris Pratt going, "Let's go." And I just died a little bit inside. And I was thinking, like, let's go to the blast zone, right? What she said with the schnoz. Every time I'm like, for every good Wahoo we get from Chris Pratt, we get a let's go.
There is nothing that is going to save Chris Pratt after he made a pro AI movie.
I didn't know that happened.
Oh yeah, it was a pro AI movie if you were worried about it.
Awkward.
Yeah. You think that movie was a anti-AI movie about judges that about AI judges that are allowed to kill us? Nah. That movie says it's a good thing, but no good things can happen when you're throwing yourself off stage with a 100% lead.
What a transition back.
You know what?
Seamless.
That is why I am a professional. Hey, ripping those up smashes at low percent, ripping these hearts out of CRB. No dice that time, but these up airs, they're getting scarier and scarier. One more could lead to a down air, which lead to a stock, and this lead has disappeared for CRB.
Still has a bit of a percent lead here, about 40%. Going to be forcing Eric off stage in an awkward spot with that down throw. Eric really only getting damage through those up airs at this point, but going to get himself a ledge trap scenario here. Needs to make the most of it. Getting a forward tilt to cover the ledge, and CRB does not have a jump, so he's going to have to retreat to the ledge and reset, and just barely stymies that up smash from Eric.
Yeah, unfortunate that Eric could not go off stage further and get that stock, but a down tilt, of all things, is going to give CRB that first stock away from Eric, and continuing pushing with those Nair 3 in a row. Call out the air dodge and gets another up air into a forward air. Big damage and a big up smash. Going to keep Eric just in this game, however, at a little bit of a deficit that is currently growing as he's getting pushed off stage yet again by CRB, who is still steamrolling through this tournament, up 2-1 and looking to make it a little bit closer, especially with that tech roll. My goodness.
Eric nearly at kill percent here on his second, but just getting a singular up tilt, the humble up tilt, just to try to get some momentum, but CRB continues to snatch it away, and he's going to snatch away that second stock with a back air.
Yeah, tough DI. You're not really sure where you're going to go. Getting his ankles broken a little bit before he just decides to put the controller down and let CRB do his own thing. And still letting CRB do his own thing, getting absolutely snuffed out at every turn. This is a maze where Mario's just running into dead end after dead end, but finally gets a grab, but nothing but 2 up airs for your boy Mario. Still air dodge. Okay, continuing more and more. Yep, a little bit more with that grab, but still CRB not letting Eric get any of the big combo finishers that Mario loves to get.
CRB just seems to be less and less threatened by Eric's pressure as this set goes on. And that's not how you want to feel when you're in an elimination game if you're Eric. Just dashing all around CRB's shield, and he is not shaking, getting out of there with no issue whatsoever.
No, you can't let your fear show against a player when you are about to go out of this tournament. CRB up 2-1, has Eric on his tournament stock with 2 to his own name, and that explosive flame is an explosive finish to this losers finals. CRB is off to. Losers semis, though, is where Eric pops off. A fantastic run for Eric. Absolutely. An applause of 2 is not enough. This guy has absolutely torn it up for the entire weekend. He has outplaced both finishes that he has had at Wisconsin Summit, and now at a 4th place for Eric. Fantastic stuff. But CRB, this man.
And think about this, too. This is our grand finals from last year in losers finals here. You want to talk about the consistency of both Galleon and CRB from year to year. It is so impressive, especially as the landscape continues to shift in Wisconsin Smash. These guys are still standing tall as 2 of the best